Hello guys, my name is Dawson Eilts, other known as Urban Living, as to most people, or just Urban for short. I am from Eau Claire, Wisconsin. I started playing Rocket League. I believe I had like an old account in like 2018, but I played just for fun and was like silver at that time. I didn't really start grinding till about 2020, so that's when I started. So pretty much 2 years ago. Hours, I checked a while ago. It was about 1,600 hours on my main account for sure. I think I have 6,000 matches played. Would be about how much I have, give or take. Since I checked, it's probably more to 1,700. And if you count Smurf accounts, I don't really count those as hours, but I probably have like 300 to 400 hours on like my Smurf because I usually play with my buddies a lot. But truly grinding the game on my main account, I'd say I probably have, rounded up to everything, probably 2,000 hours. When I saw Rocket League at first, I was probably like a lot of other people. I thought, car soccer, it seems kind of dumb, but I like competitive games, and I thought, why not try it? And I was curious about it. I didn't want to spend like 20 or 60 bucks, however much it was before free to play, but my old roommates were just playing it for fun. And I was like, that looks kind of fun. It looks kind of cool. And everybody's having a blast when I watched them, and I enjoyed watching it. So I eventually just bought it and played a little bit and just kind of got hooked to it. I met Silk in a class one day, and somehow we brought up playing video games and talked about Rocket League. I think we were at a bar once, and he was like, "You play Rocket League?" And I was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "I'm only like, a Plat 1. Gold 3 maybe," and he was like, "That's okay, you should join the league." So that's when I started trying really, really hard and trying to get better, is because I wanted to play with everybody in the league. So that's kind of how I found the game and decided to play it originally. My favorite memory from Rocket League would probably be, that's tough because there's a lot of things that's happened that really hyped me up. I gotta say it was winning the league my first season joining was pretty cool in threes, when we did threes and twos at the same time. Shout out Liam and Instinct. But that was kind of cool, but I felt like I didn't do a whole lot during that league, so it wasn't the coolest thing for me. The coolest thing personally that I did was I played with Ranny a lot. And he was my twos teammate when I was in the threes season as well, because we did both seasons at the same time. Don't ask how chaotic that was, but me and Randy were just playing. I think it was after that first season, and his teammate Josiah was playing with us in casuals, and you guys have probably seen the clip because I posted like every 4 months. But it was the double tap that I stole from Randy, because I was like, "Randy, I'm going to steal your air dribble. I'm going to steal it." Yup. And then all of a sudden Randy's like, "Double tap," bam, and I was like, I can't believe I just did that. That was maybe when I just hit champ, and keep in mind, I hate doing aerials. I could hardly hit the ball in the air at this time. So doing that made me feel like insane. And then probably close second to that specific clip was winning the league with Heat. I thought that was pretty cool. I was pretty proud of the competition and how I did with him, even though obviously he was a big carry, but I thought I stepped up pretty well, and that felt pretty rewarding to win that as well. So that was between that double tap, and that was probably my two favorite moments in the game particularly. So people always ask me how did I get my name, Urban Living? And so my good best buddy that I play every other game with, his name is Rural Living. And my original account name, that probably was like 2018 when I really played the game, it was the Xbox generated name, Iceblade575. That was my Xbox generated name. And then I was like, I need a new name. So that's one that's not like weird and nerdy, or too nerdy, I guess. And I was like, I was talking to my roommate Kyle, and I was like, I think I should steal my buddy's name. So I was like, what's a funny name? And Kyle's like, you should be Urban Living, because urban area and rural areas. And I looked it up, and Urban Living was available, so I'm like, I'm going to be Urban Living. I did not tell my buddy I was stealing his name. So then all of a sudden he gets on, and he's like, what's going on, Urban? It was so funny. I loved it. People always ask, is there a Mediterranean living? No, but that's why my Smurf's Pond Living, because his Smurf on other games is River Living, so we're like the living clan. But that's kind of how I got my name, Urban Living, and I like it. It's kind of short and it just kind of works out. I got this cool jersey from the president, 3 months in the making, and got the name on the back. And we both, I just figured out why I picked 25 was because one of my favorite football players, Americano football, he's a running back, and his number was 25, and I think that's why I decided that number versus anything else. Biggest weakness for me in Rocket League, it's probably still the tilt. I've definitely tilted pretty hard in the past. Now I'm kind of getting less tilted about it. It usually is like if I've been playing for 6 hours and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to play anymore. But like toxicity and stuff doesn't really affect me too much if during games, even after a couple hours. But I mean, I feel like when I get frustrated, because I'm really hard on myself, so like if I get frustrated and I start to play bad, and people have seen it, Silk's seen it, Randy, anybody who's played with me has really seen it when I'm frustrated. But so I'd say biggest weakness is definitely just getting mad and being probably too hard on myself. So I would say definitely trying to work on just improving and not caring too much about choking an open net or choking an easy save or just simple stuff like that. For the seasons I was in, first one was with Instinct and Liam on 3s, and I was with Randy in 2s, and that was my big skyrocket moment in skill level. It's easier to rank up and get better when you're low rank to high rank versus like starting high rank and getting up there. The skill gap's major, but season went pretty good. It kind of felt the same because I wasn't necessarily last pick in the 3s and 2 season, but I kind of was I was pretty close to both. So. And that was in that first season, and I was like, well, I'll just try and learn from these guys, and I became really good friends with Randy. I didn't talk to Instinct and Liam as much, mainly because I was always playing with Randy, because me and him get along very well, and probably best buddies that have never met before. Yeah, the season just went good. I just played a lot, probably played too much, got a little addicted, but who doesn't get addicted to Rocket League? But yeah, I just kept grinding, and just kind of worked out, I guess. I just tried to focus in 3s, like Liam and Instinct wanted me to play a certain way, and I was like, sure. And that's kind of how I acquired my passive play style, because I played like that. I just tried to play defensively for them so they could score all the time, which worked out since we won, because that was kind of our play style. And then with Ranny, he taught me how to dribble and basically try to outplay people in 2s and just try to be your own offensive machine, and I learned how to flick relatively well and stuff, so that's kind of how, and me and him made a great run in the losers bracket in 2s, and then we lost to the lovely Ooga Booga, which was funny because it was Silk who brought me into the league, and Smegalodon, which is Sam, so, and they ended up winning it in the most unreal finals ever. If you haven't watched that YouTube video, you should go watch it. 2v2, it's probably one of the older videos that we have on the channel. But man, that was the most insane finals ever. But yeah, so I was a little sad we lost to 2s League because me and Randy were really going hard. But it was still fun nonetheless. And then I took the 3 season off because I technically graduated college around then. And I was just working, and I worked nights, so I couldn't really play the game. But then I had to take 2 random morning classes. But I guess I needed these 2 classes to get into pharmacy school, so I was like, hey, I guess I can join the league because I can't work till 3 in the morning anymore. So I was able to join the league, and then I joined up for 2s again, and I was like, this is the redemption run. And then they announced, a lot more people, only 2s, and there was 2 divisions, and I was like, I'm like champ 1 right now, maybe champ 2 on a good day, but that's kind of rare. I was probably like a solid champ 1 when we started the league, and I was like, do you think I'll be in Div A or Div B? I don't really care. I didn't really want to be a captain because I didn't feel like coaching people, because I like helping, but I feel like I'm not good enough to help people no matter what rank they are. So I just felt like I didn't really want to necessarily be a leader in the 2s. So then I saw in the Div A bracket, I made that. So I was like, okay, cool. I don't have to coach people. That's nice. And I can hopefully get better. And then I saw my teammate was Heat, and I was like, really? This is crazy. However, how does it feel now, Randy? You should have picked me. You could have won. But anyways, but besides the point, I mean, I played with Heat, and I was like, all right, well, I know Heat's goated, so let's see how this goes. And then our first series was against Brad. I think we maybe played a game before them. And that was the first game of the year. And so that was Heat was hard Heat carry because I haven't played a ton since then. And I was like, okay, well, I want to start doing more for this guy. Tried to stay undefeated. Lost to the dreaded Squishy Muffins, the Dem Wing Gods. Oh man, I hated playing them so much. But yet again, that was a really good play style, so that's how they kick our butts. But so after that happened, I really tried to change what I was doing because I was like, well, I sit still too much. I'm slow. I can't let Heat do everything. I don't want him to do everything. So I just started trying to be an aggressive player, something I'd never really done before in Rocket League because I normally just sit back all the time. But I was like, I need to learn just to rotate properly, rotate like aggressively, like near half field, and just ball chase a little bit. So then during the league, and all of a sudden I'm like, Heat, I'm just going to do this, man. And he's like, okay, you do whatever. And our play style finally started kicking in near the playoffs because once we lost, Heat was a little down and didn't want to necessarily try his best. I think he still was trying for sure, but like maybe not like sitting up and sweating like hard. And he'd always get down when we lose just one game. And normally I'm the one that's down. So I had to learn this year to be the positive one, to play differently. Like everything changed, but changed in a good way. Because I kind of ranked up pretty quick from Champ 1. I finally got out of it like instantly. Went all the way up to Champ 3 and 2s and 3s at one point. And then when we made the playoff run, we got a forfeit to OK Boomer, which kind of sucked because I think they could have honestly had a chance to beat us because they were pretty solid. But it didn't matter because we lost Squishy Muffins because we didn't want to play them. And that was so mental. That was like beyond mental. Like we just didn't want to play them. And yeah, they beat us. And then yet again, another Game 5. Every single series with Squishy Muffins was a Game 5 series. So that was kind of crazy how that was choreographed. But it's all scripted thanks to K2, of course. And then we lost to them, and I'm like, well, Heat, guess we got to keep trying to win or else whatever to get your 3-peat. And I wouldn't mind winning the 2s league. So, yeah, and then we just kind of kicked it into gear. We stuck. And it's funny because against Squishy Muffins, we didn't change our cars because they were off stream usually. Or the second one was. And I was like, Heat, I don't care no matter how much we're losing. We need to change every time. So and then we finally stuck to our name and changed, and that was the most fun part. I love changing cars because I do it all the time anyways. So I thought, why not do it? And that was kind of our meme name, and we just took it to heart, and it was fun because playing with different hitboxes, especially if you like to dribble like me and stuff, you can get different flicks at different times, and it was just really cool to see how I played in different cars, and it builds the confidence. It's like, okay, if I can hit an aerial in a Proteus, I should be able to hit in an Octane. So, and I think that's what really brought it out for me, because I think Stewie always wanted to ask the question, like, did car swapping help you, give you guys a boost? I'd say a boost in confidence, since Rocket League seems to be a very mental game. It definitely gives you the boost of confidence, because when we beat like Squishy Muffins the first game in like some stupid car, I don't even remember what it was, I was like, okay, we can beat them. Win this dumb car, we should be able to beat them the rest of the day. And we clutched up, and yeah, ended up winning the whole thing. People didn't think I was playing, but I was really playing from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. because I got off work late at night, so no one saw me play, except for Silk. Silk got off as well. But yeah, that's kind of my story in the league. I guess I want to mention one more thing. I was just really proud to win the league as well because I'm a console player. I played it. I did win on the new gen, but I played most of the season on the Xbox One, and I play on a 55-inch TV. So everyone who complains about the input lag, complains about how their screen isn't quality, I just wanted to prove that even though I don't have the best stuff, you can still be good at the game. I might be handicapping myself a little bit, but I just thought it was cool that I was playing as good as I was on a console as well. No offense to any PC players or anything. I was just proud of it myself to represent the console boys. So I was pretty happy about that. Just trying to have fun and just really experience the game is kind of my goal. So hopefully play in the league throughout the college, and we'll see how good I get, how if I stay the same. But it's kind of my future aspirations, just to enjoy the game. School was pretty good for me. High school I was super busy as a wrestler, so during wrestling season all I did was wake up, work out, go to school, go to practice, work out again if I had to, and rinse and repeat for about 4 months. That was basically my life in high school because I was really devoted to that. I did play soccer in the for my whole life pretty much. So, but I didn't really like it near my junior and senior year. But that's kind of why I liked Rocket League, because I still kind of liked soccer, but I didn't like the team aspect to it. So it's kind of nice to have like a soccer-esque game, and if you don't want a team, you can play ones. So, but that was kind of my high school experience. I played the violin, so I was in orchestra. I got a 3.95 GPA in high school, so pretty good. And then college, kind of the same thing, just without the sports. I just went to college, did really good in school, never really struggled. Got a 3.95 in college as well, in the science track. And yeah, I just played games, enjoyed the wellness center, did activities freshman year. It was super fun. People, of course, we party maybe a little bit. Don't worry about that. You need to have some fun during college. But yeah, my college was nice, and I guess I loved it so much I'm going back another time, so I have 4 more years to go. So that's my high school and college experience. My major originally was dietetics, nutrition, because when I was a wrestler, I'd always look at every nutrition label, no matter what food item it was, a Snickers bar, lettuce, literally anything with a nutrition label. I was always reading it because I wanted to know everything. So I was like, if I love this so much, maybe I should be a nutritionist or dietitian so I can help other people lose, gain weight, whatever. And after about a year and a half, when we took the seminar and learned more about it, I realized it's not really the best job, ideally. No offense to any of those dietitians out there, but it didn't make enough money that I wanted in a 4-year degree. It didn't seem very reliable and just not very consistent with what I expected it to be. So then I switched to pre-med because I really enjoyed sciences. I always wanted to be a doctor, but I thought I didn't want to be in school for 8 years. So that's why I stayed away from it, but I was enjoying college a lot. So I was like, maybe I do want to be in school for that long, especially for that commitment. So I was that for a while, and then I bailed my last semester of senior year, and was like, yeah, I don't really want to do pre-med. It's going to be a little too hard. So I just finished my degree out with psych. I always had a psych minor throughout my whole college career, so I just finished with a psych major in a Bachelor of Science track. And then I took a year off and decided to go to pharmacy because I was like, I think it's 4 less years than med school, and I thought it'd be a good fit for me. So we'll see how that goes. I had a chance to wrestle in college, but I didn't want to go through that again because other than the sport, you have to watch your weight and diet, nutrition. Yeah, you do that in other sports, but it's super strict with your weight and stuff. So I was like, I didn't want to have to worry about that in college. So I just relaxed from sports. Yeah, I miss them. I did some intramurals freshman year. Every now and then I'll go play catch with the boys or something. But now I just work out and enjoy the gym. So yeah, no sports now. I do go back. When I go back to high school during the winter, I go back to the wrestling room and just have fun in practice, get a good workout in, show the guys some stuff. So other than that, no, not too many sports for me. I wish I maybe did, but I'm kind of over it too. I miss it, but I'm kind of happy I'm done as well. My favorite music, songs, artist right now, it kind of varies. Since I was on the Rocket League grind, and Silk's a good buddy of mine, he loves his EDM or Rocket League music, EDM. But so I got into EDM, kind of just like bops. It's fun. I think it's party music to me, just because like when I went to house parties, if they played that stuff, I enjoyed it a lot. Versus like, I honestly dislike rap with a passion. I think it's really boring, but. So that's not my favorite music, but EDM for sure, or else I'm a big rock guy. Recently I've been listening to A Day to Remember, 3 Days Grace, Papa Roach. But my favorite rock song, if people want to take a listen, is If It Means a Lot to You by A Day to Remember. It's like a power ballad, so it's like a slow song, rock song, but it's good. It's just a nice vibe, and I just like the vocals and everything, so that's my musical taste. For things I do other than playing video games, aka hobbies, I've been going to the gym, trying to get myself back into shape like I used to be in high school and kind of early on in college. I'm really enjoying it. It feels good to get a workout in. You feel healthy. I have a lot more energy, so it's really nice. Or else I like being outside, even though I'm pretty white right now. But I try to go outside. Like to fish. My buddy has a cabin, so we go fishing a lot. Biking. I used to bike all around town back in high school to get out of the house, and in Fargo I'll bike for like 2 hours. I'll just go wherever, and like I wonder where I'm at right now, and open up a Google Maps, and I'm like, oh, I guess I'm in West Fargo, way the heck over here. So then I'll just bike back, and it's a good workout too. So biking for sure, just exercise in general. Or else, honestly, I play a ton of video games, but to me, I have so many games and I enjoy so many that it never really gets that old. Oh yeah, and I do play music sometimes. So I'm a piano player and I play the violin. So when I'm kind of just maybe not feeling the best or just want to vibe, I'll go play on my piano. I have a full-size keyboard in my room. So my mom was my teacher, so kind of was forced to play the piano when I was younger, since I was 4. But I kind of quit trying to get better around end of high school, college. But I just play it to just enjoy it, and I even made a TikTok of me just playing a few songs because some people like to hear me play, so I posted a few videos of that. The first game I ever played when I was younger would probably be on the Super Nintendo in the Super Mario World. My grandparents had it, or I think my grandparents owned the console, and I just played it when I was like 6 or something. And I loved the Nintendo, and since that was the only thing I was forced to grow up on, I just kind of got used to it and enjoyed it. So it was pretty nice. But that was my first game, classic Super Mario World. Favorite fast food place to go for me, probably right now, is probably Chipotle. Me and my roommate, we go all the time. So I don't know why. It's kind of healthy, and that's not too expensive, and it's quick. It's usually pretty fast. So it used to be McDonald's and Burger King, but they got rid of their $1 and $2 menus. So we decided it's not worth the effort anymore, and now Chipotle is usually the move. So that's usually what we do. If I could go anywhere in the world to visit, guess I'm not too knowledgeable on the world out there, but from random stuff I've seen, probably Germany, just because, you know, your heritage, and it's probably a pretty classic one, and I've met a foreign exchange student there, so I thought Germany would be pretty cool. Or else I feel like Norway, Finland, Netherlands, kind of northern of Germany, I think, if my geography's right. That's always looked really pretty in videos and pictures I've seen, so I feel like it'd be sick to travel there. Hopefully when I'm older, I could go out there when I can afford it and stuff. So that would probably be where I want to go, somewhere in Europe.
If you had to fight anyone in the club, who would it be?
Oh, that's easy. If I had to fight anyone in the club, simple. Easy. Cripplify, man. Crip's always been at my throat for no reason. But I mean, not seriously, I don't really care too much. But jokingly, I think I'd love to fight Cripplify. Or else, honestly, I'd love to give Randy a good smack or two, because he's always giving me tons of shit forever. So I feel like just dealing with him would be funny as well.